Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. The rate of insecurity in the whole of Nigeria, particularly in Southeast, is on the increase. In fact, it's on the double. And while other regions are finding a way to go look around it, Anambra State in Southeast have decided to look inwards. They have decided to go back to the olden days, go back to the roots, go back to the solution that was used in the time past that yielded a lot of maximum result. Although there was one or two reasons why it was discontinued. But in a moment, you'll find out what it is. But before we do so, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already. By clicking on the red subscribe button beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, following the growing insecurity in Anambra State, traders in the area are concluding arrangement to return the dreaded Bakassi boys to the market. It will be recalled that during the regime of Dr. Tr0uble, the Anambra State House of Assembly made a law that was assented to by the state government, which established the Anambra Vigilante Service, that's AVS. The AVS law gave the Bakassi boys the legal framework to operate. Until date, the law still subsists. It was authoritatively gathered that the traders on the platform of Concerned Anambra Traders Association, CATA, that's Qatar, have held 3 meetings with the security outfit in Abia State to fine-tune modalities for the return of the Bakassi boys. Just last Thursday, a delegation of the leaders of the security outfit visited Onitsha main market to discuss logistics for the commencement of operations in Anambra State. According to the spokesman of the Traders Association, that's Ichai Nathan Okole, the security situation in Onitsha has become worse since the police have been called by the activities of the unknown gunmen. People go home early and you cannot stay at Opiweka, Nkpo main market and Bridgehead beyond 5 p.m. because criminals will feast on you and rip you off. They visit operations of POS and obtain money from them at gunpoint, and they hang around banks and inside the banking halls to know those that withdraw money and then trail them to their destination and collect the money. And since the police are handicapped, nobody's there to protect you. In those days of the Bakassi boys, you can't try it, and they will execute the criminals there, and then Onitsha became free. Go to Oka, the same thing is happening, and in Nnewi, the same thing is happening, and cultists have taken over everywhere. The police is helpless, and the public is also helpless. So very soon, the Bakassi boys will return because we have no option but to protect ourselves at this point. Okoli contended that the style of operations by the Bakassi boys may appear crude, but it was highly effective and also a result-oriented program. Adding that when the outfit comes into the saddle, the issue of insecurity will become history. For some of us who have faint knowledge of how wonderful Bakassi boys is, I don't want to use another word, you find out in a moment what brought about the creation of Bakassi boys those days and why it was disbanded. Don't forget that ever since the movement of Bakassi boys, ever since the movement of UGM, the police that have always been at the checkpoint, especially in that Opiweka area, on the Chame market, that place is always a hive of human beings. In fact, you get more human traffic than vehicular traffic, although vehicular traffic is another one entirely, and probably because of the major market it is. But police have been doing a great job trying to secure that place. But ever since the NSAS and ever since the UGM have become a sensation, especially in the southeastern region, and the police have decided to go out of their way, wearing muftis and stay clear, from doing the original duty, which is to secure lives and property, internal life and property within the states. Now they are finding it a bit difficult to find their footings, which has given room for miscreants, hoodlums to feast on the people. Which means there's a loophole, there is a gap, and now the people are tired of waiting and falling victim from on their own hand-earned money. You may lose your life, you lose your property, you lose everything you got, so they decide to resort to their old ways. You're going to find out in the moment how Bakassi boys were created and what caused them to be disbanded. In 1998, the Bakassi boys were created by traders in the Nigerian city of Aba who wanted to protect themselves from armed robbers and hoodlums. Having had success in reducing crime in Aba, the Bakassi boys became in high demand and their activities spread to other cities in eastern part of Nigeria. According in 2004 and 2005, the vigilante group became active in southeastern states of Imo, Abia, and Anambra states. The Bakassi boys are officially or were officially called Bakassi boys in Imo State were officially called Imo Vigilante Service, that's IVS. In Abia State, it is called AVS, that's Abia Vigilante Service, and in Anambra, it is called AVS too, that's Anambra Vigilante Services. The Bakassi boys are described by one source as a highly constructed and structured organization with defined chain of command. The leader of the vigilante group is the national chairman, who in 2002 was also the state chairman for Abia State, and they are actually autonomous. Each state is autonomous to one another, but yet they cooperate with one another and make routine consultations with national headquarters. The state chairman coordinates branch activities. Branches are led by branch chairmen. It, it was also released that in 2005, Vanguard reported that the murder of Kingsley Chimenwe, along with 19 other persons by alleged members of Bakassi boys, brought out a lot of destruction and caused people to begin to wonder if that process is acceptable. After a while, they had to be calling them out, taking them to court for extrajudiciary killings. And that was when they started, dozing and started saying that maybe they should look into this issue of vigilante and see how they can curb it because it was getting out of hand. A lot of Nigerians then started complaining that the Bakassi boys have now been, they're leaving their primary role of engagement and beginning to engage in other activities. But right now, the people are helpless. Right now, especially those in major markets like Onitsha main market, Opiweka. If there are no police, internal police security, for how long will the military keep coming down and protecting the people? And right now, the people are actually looking for anybody that will come in that will not extort them. They're looking for people who will come in and will not ask for bribe from their hard-earned money. So they realized that Bakassi boys worked in the time past, that they used a lot of African mechanism to make it work. They had ways of identifying a criminal, using some of their instruments. And if you pass through that place and you're found wanting, they don't go through courts. It's just judgment there and then. It's not a case of say let's go through court, let's take him to custody. There's no custody anywhere. They pass the judgment, they execute the judgment there and then, and bit by bit, those who couldn't, stay and continue had to run for their dear life, and the environment became sane. Well, what's your take on the fact that the Bakassi boys may be returning back in southeastern region, particularly in Anambra State? Let's meet in that comment section. What's your take?